Every tale in this series has versions. This one has a date. On the 26th of June, 1284, something took 130 children from a real town. This watercolor from 1592 copies a stained glass window that Hamelin installed around 1300, close enough in time that witnesses' children still lived. You know the legend, rats plague the town, a piper in patchwork clears them, the council refuses his fee, and he takes the children as payment. Strip it back to the earliest sources, and the story rearranges itself, the rats vanish, the piper stays, and the children get a number. Start in the town itself. Hamelin still has a street where music is banned by custom, because it is the street the children left by. The town's own chronicle, a century on, counts its years from one event. Not a war. Not a fire. Not a plague. The children. And the earliest surviving account, copied into a manuscript at Lüneburg around 1440, reads less like a fairy tale than a police report. A man of 30, dressed in many colors. 130 children, born in Hamelin. Out the east gate, toward the hill called Koppen, and gone. No motive is given. No rats appear. No revenge is mentioned. The oldest layer of this story is a documented absence with a stranger at the front of it. And the window came first, glass and lead in the market church, facing the congregation within living memory. Towns did not commission windows about fiction. Put the sources in order and watch for the rats. For the first 275 years of this story, there are none. The rats arrive in the 1550s, in the Zimmern Chronicle, pest control grafted onto a tragedy, because a fee dispute explains a piper better than silence does. Then Robert Browning's 1842 poem, dashed off to amuse a sick child, fixed the rat version in every English-speaking nursery, permanently. Browning's Rats are a comic masterpiece, which is exactly how a documented tragedy becomes a bedtime story, one delightful rewrite at a time. So if the rats are late fiction, what actually happened to 130 children on a June day in 1284? For theories have survived scrutiny. Historians have worked this case for 2 centuries. 2 theories fail on chronology alone. One is folklore. And one, today, leads the field. A children's crusade? The famous one marched in 1212, 72 years before Hamelin's date. Wrong generation, wrong decade, wrong direction. Set aside. Disease, then? The Black Death does not reach German towns until 1349, 65 years after the children left. The chronology refuses to cooperate again. A landslide at the Koppen, swallowing a midsummer procession? Possible, never evidenced, and it explains a mountain, not a man in many colors. The leading theory is emigration, the great medieval push east. Recruiters called locators, flamboyantly dressed and paid per settler, toured towns exactly like Hamelin. And there is a paper trail. The onomastics professor Eugen Udolph traced Hamelin region surnames, and found them clustering far to the northeast. In this reading, the children were the town's sons and daughters, young people recruited to found villages abroad, who never came home again. One modern myth needs putting down on the way out, a lurid claim that keeps resurfacing from a single best-selling pop history book. The most haunting source is one nobody can read anymore, a lost chorus book said to hold an eyewitness verse, a grandmother who reportedly watched them go. Whatever the truth, Hamelin never filed this under fiction. The town dated its documents from the departure. The street stayed silent. Remembering was the point. The brothers Grimm printed it among their German legends in 1816. Browning set it rhyming in 1842. A Town's Grief finished as a children's classic. 5.5 centuries in a single line, a dated loss, a memorial window, a pest control subplot, and finally, a rhyme for children. The window's message outlived the window itself, remember this. Whatever the piper was, recruiter, catastrophe, stranger, Hamelin wanted it remembered as true. And the custom still holds. Wedding processions crossing Bungelosenstrasse stop their music. 740 years on, the town keeps its silence. Next, Sleeping Beauty, the 1634 original, where the darkest scenes happen while she sleeps. We will handle it with the care it needs. Subscribe for the versions underneath.